What's up, everybody? Welcome to once again another review, and this is going to be the fifth review, more like a re-review. Now, I reviewed this figure about a couple times, but I deleted those videos because in my opinion they suck. Because in the first video of reviewing this figure, I just sounded like I was just looking for something to say about this figure. It's just like I was like, this figure has articulation and that's what I sounded like. And second one, the sunlight was blocking the path, and you could barely see the awesomeness of the figure. No offense to the sun, but this might be my final review of this figure, and I'm gonna review it along with two other figures that I have in this collection. So yeah, now I'm talking about possibly my favorite Godzilla figure of all time, and that is the Bandai Creation's Godzilla 2004. My opinion, this guy's just awesome. He's just really good. Probably on the scale of goodness as the King Kong 2005 figure. Hey, but he's a really good figure. If you recognize him in a lot of my other figures I showed in the King Kong 2005 Playmates review, you may recognize this guy as part of my fan film series and my short film series, my versus in battle short film series. So yeah, about the Rampage one, I know 2018 is already past of celebrating Rampage, but it's just a little remaster. So yeah, same thing. Sometimes I mostly remaster them if the video's poor quality in terms of seeing the actual fight, or the fight is just not accurate and the movements is not accurate. Say for instance, in my older Godzilla videos, Godzilla's when he's fighting, he's supposed to go like this, like in the actual movies, which is why I kept deleting them, remaking them all over again. And yes, I will explain why I remaster my fan film series. People actually like that fan film series, and I apologize that I delete them, but the fact that I got more new figures now, I have more of a chance to actually, make more fan films now, and I just wasn't that impressed with the order of the fan films, and there's no flashback scenes, no way of telling this was this fan film series was connected to the original King Kong series and the original Godzilla series. So yeah, just no flashbacks, nothing. And pretty too cliche, rip off of other films, the monster, Godzilla comes ashore, a monster appears, and Godzilla has to defeat him. Same thing with King Kong. I still like those fan films, but I just decided to remaster them and now give them actual characters, actual voice acting, flashback scenes, more fan film ideas now. I was originally gonna make Godzilla vs. Kree. I'm still gonna make it, but I still need a Kuryu figure. So here's the same funny thing. I bought this Kuryu figure, and it was the 2016 reissue from Bandai. I meant to buy it from one guy, but turns out I bought it at the wrong time, because he's currently out of town, and what made me kind of feel sad and possibly nearly changed my whole eBay experience, that his mother passed away, and the seller was called Kaiju Corners with a K. So yeah, I feel sympathy for your man. If you're somehow watching this, I'm sorry. I'll just let you be. And by the way, that was my mom that bought it from you. That bought it from you. Yeah, with both these figures, my mom buys it for me, because I'm not at that point yet where I can buy figures on my own. Only in stores, not online. Plus, I don't have a job. I get rewarded for it. I get rewarded for money. But enough with all that. let's get straight into the figure, the main part of this video, the awesome figure itself. So let's start with the sculpt and detail. The sculpt and detail is just, in my opinion, for some reason, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, I just like this sculpt better than the regular Bandai Japan 6-inch figure. It just looks, for some reason, to me, it looks more accurate to Godzilla 2004, in my opinion. The face of the Bandai 6-inch Godzilla 2004, it looks great. It looks ferocious looking. That's one of my favorite attitudes of Godzilla, where he looks mean and ferocious looking, but like, I actually compare the face of the movie to the Bandai Japan figure, and it looks nothing like it at all. I'm sorry, in my opinion. I would say the Bandai Japan has better detail in the face, though. But, you know. And I will say he has the better detail, but, like, I just like this figure more for some reason. My opinion. Okay? And here's the thing. I'm sorry, but a lot of people's opinions are just so dumb. It's now these days. It's just hard to respect their opinions. Like, well, oh, the reason why I like, you know, the SH Monster art better is because, you know, it's more accurate. The NECA Godzilla 2019 figure is just a repaint and resculpt of Godzilla 2014. Well, that's true, because I'm gonna say right now, Godzilla 2019 is Godzilla 2014, but in my opinion, better and superior looking, and more like the Godzilla we all know and like. And yes, I absolutely despise 2014. My opinion. I thought it was a terrible Godzilla movie. I'm sorry, but no, I'm sorry. My opinion, just you know. But I'm not gonna get into depth of that. Godzilla King of the Monsters is awesome. The Godzilla design was so much better than that. But then again, if you read my comments on videos, you probably know what I think about both movies. But anyway, back to the figure. The sculpt is just great, you know. I really like the spines, the tail. If you look, go subscribe to Deadzilla, he's awesome. But like, he even compared his Bandai Japan one to this one's tail. And he says his tail's even long enough to match that. It's just more curled for some reason. Yeah, I would say the teeth actually look quite good. The eyes definitely resemble Godzilla 2004. I want to say the type of problem is the nails. Because there's this little, like, dents of them. I think it might be even worse in the toes. Look at that. And again, this figure is pretty old, so, you know. Plus, there are little dents on the spine, the tip of the spines. Blending in with the paint problem. Here's something funny, is that, okay, when people mostly buy this figure, they normally get, like, little, like, big, huge whites of paint. Random paint, like, all over the figure like this, in the back. I heard it's supposed to be something like cool, like Godzilla shooting his atomic breath. But now looking at this figure more, I could still kind of see those spots, but they're not visible as much in my eyesight or the video. But the weird thing is that, you know, it's just that when I bought my copy, I was confused, because it wasn't that bad over here. I don't know, maybe I just got lucky. But the copy of the figure. Oh yeah, another thing about the sculpt is that he's supposed to be in like a battle position. As you can see, I basically had to deform his... It's not really deformed, actually. I just kind of had to move his legs into a funny position. I know his feet look dumb, but... Hey... I mean, it looks good in the videos, like, from this angle. Yeah, so his leg's supposed to go like that, and his other leg's supposed to go like this, I believe. But that makes him look shorter for some reason, like, that, and that. And for some reason, his tail, when you move it like right here, it makes him even shorter. And it makes him terrible scale with a lot of my figures. So yeah, but I found a way to actually make this guy taller, and it's like, I was watching the videos and I was so confused. How the heck was this guy taller, so tall, and mine was extremely short? It just didn't make any sense. But I don't know if it's my copy of the figure, but he has a standing problem where he's just like, he's supposed to be like standing up straight, but he's like this. He's just like, he's supposed to be like this, but he's like this. That's the one part I didn't get lucky about this figure, but I found a way to make him tall by doing this, but, you know, kind of weird looking, but, you know, just can't win with every Godzilla figure, but overall, the sculpt and detail is very nice, except for the claws. But I don't really pay attention to the claws that much, you know, and the detail right there on his skin, it's just so awesome. Like, no, and in my opinion, they get his color scheme right. In my opinion, for some reason, yeah, in my opinion, they do get his color scheme right, because it's just that, like in the the Bandai 6-inch figure, Japan one, it was just gray. But in the film, he's like the dark chocolate gray. The Bandai Japan one was gray. In the film, he's dark charcoal gray. But this one, in my opinion, captures it more better. Even if it's just more like a darkish brownish color. On the camera, it actually looks accurate to the movie, which is very good. So yeah, I would say the sculpt and detail is very nice in this figure. Detail could use a little bit more work on the nails, but on the rest of the figure, it's really awesome. And plus, those are just dents. Probably damage from the figure being in my toy box. This isn't a figure I had for a long time, by the way. It's something I got the moment I got it, so yeah. But the sculpt and the detail is nice, and the sculpt is awesome. So yeah, that's it. Moving on to articulation. Sorry, I have to do it like this. Hopefully the thing doesn't fall, but I don't really want to move anything aside from the arms. But, you know, I can move the head and the arms, but I don't really want to mess up this tall position he's in. So yeah, but, hint, tail can move. It's not a glue seal. The tail can actually move. But I don't want to take a risk. And plus, it's my copy of the figure, the tail's extremely stiff to move. I don't want to really want to move it 360, because I'm afraid I might break it. And before I just started this review, the tail was like leaving a huge gap. Like it was ready to break off. I'm like, oh no, I fixed it back up very quickly. So yeah, if yours turn out stiff, I highly recommend do not turn it 360. Okay, so here's the thing. My copy of the figure, the legs are extremely stiff. But like, not super stiff where I can like barely move them, but like, it's still movable. Oh, hint. If your legs can move easily, don't turn them 360, or else there's a problem with this. It's gonna scrape against the elbow and it's gonna damage the leg. So yeah, I recommend not turning it 360. But this guy, I'm pretty sure he can move the leg 360. Won't do any harm to the elbow. So yeah, so this leg can move as well. And as you saw, the arms can move. And last but not least, the head can move. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 points of articulation, so yeah, not bad for a standard 6-inch figure by Bandai Creations. made for kids back then. So yeah, not very bad. So I would even say it has more articulation points than the Bandai 6-inch one. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good articulation. Now the moment you all been waiting for is scaling. So yeah. So let's go ahead and bring out his number one foe from all the movies, his classic rival and enemy in all the Godzilla films, and that is King Ghidorah himself, very well known in the new movie. As you can see, his sizing sucks. I don't have a Kaiser Ghidorah figure, by the way. So yeah, but like, you know, you can actually make it work though. But if you have him in his battle position, so it's be like, and probably like about like that. Still not good enough, but it should be like right. Ghidorah should be like this. But if you get the Bandai 8-inch 1991 King Ghidorah, the sizing would work. And plus, this is GMK King Ghidorah. So if you want to go a more GMK approach, I guess this is good. But if you're looking at it as a regular battle, you know, this kind of sucks. But for some reason in my fan film, I actually make it size accurate somehow. Yeah, pretty incredible. So, I'm going to bring out another figure pretty identical to the figure I just pulled out, but it's his Heisei counterpart, but cybernized. And that is Mecha King Ghidorah. His tail is so huge, it's going to knock down everything that's on the left here. And as you can tell, again, sizing does not work. It should be like that. But then again, they did made an 8-inch version of this figure. So yeah, he would work well with this Godzilla, an 8-inch version. So yeah, but at the same time in my fan films, I make the sizing look good. But keep in mind, this does not look good. But Bandai 8-inch will make a better fit. But let's pair him up with his first opponent he fought. Nagi Dora. It was in 1955. That is Anguirus. Now, I saw this Anguirus figure was like pretty small in the videos. Like, maybe it could be like a different version I have. But you know. But I actually hold this figure in my hand. He is actually pretty huge. Might be about the same size as the Bandai Creation in 2004 Anguirus. The reason why I got a stuffy nose because I'm trying to not sneeze. But this is Anguirus, and this is pretty accurate because in the film, like Godzilla was like 100 meters, and Anguirus is like 160 meters. So this would work. And plus, if you go back to the original 1955 Godzilla Raids Again film, like, Anguirus was like this big compared to Godzilla. So yeah, it makes sense. But in like the Showa series, Godzilla was like bigger than him. He was like that compared to Anguirus. Pretty weird sizing, but you know. But this works. It's perfect. Fun fact, I was originally going to buy the 2004 Anguirus, but then I got this guy instead because I barely found any Anguirus figures on eBay to order, but then I got lucky. And I'm glad I had this guy. Okay, let's pair him up in terms of this design with one of his number one foes from that film. The 2004 Gigan. Okay, so in my opinion, I'm going to say it right now, this is perfect. I don't know why so many people are saying, like, oh, it's not good sizing. Like, a lot of people saying it should be like this. Same size, eye to eye. Oops. Excuse me. Sorry. But yeah, but this is good sizing, because, okay, if you look at the movie and the size of these guys, Gigan is 120 meters in the film. Godzilla's just 100 meters in the film. Gigan is bigger than Godzilla in this movie. I don't know why people are saying that. People are saying that, and plus that we didn't really get like a side to side shot of these two in the movie. It was mostly like a distance, like you almost see it like that. Like, it was mostly at a distance, but this would work. In my opinion, it works. So yeah, very spectacular good sizing here. This is the Bandai Creation Gigan 2004, by the way. And for Bandai Creation figures, of course, they might scale up well with each other. So yeah. Let's pair him up with another opponent he fought. And that is King Caesar. This is not the 2004. Oh my gosh, he has a problem with standing up. This is not, keep in mind, this is not the 2004 King Caesar. This is like more like the Showa era King Caesar. But I'm trying to get him to stand. It's so irritating. He has a standing problem. But I'm trying to hold him up. I'm trying to put his feet flat on the ground. It's just frustrating. I'm sorry, this is the best I can do right here. I would say this is perfect right here. In terms of both movies, the Showa, like Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and Godzilla Final Wars. So yeah, in my opinion, I think it's perfect. I don't know why, once again, people are saying, oh, it should be like this. In terms of Final Wars, it was like that. Yeah, but Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, I don't remember a single part seeing them like that. Speaking of the Final Wars fight scene, let's put on another opponent. That is Rodan. And yeah, this is not perfect, but here's the thing though, if you want to go like more of an average of like the Godzilla Heisei series, where Godzilla was like 2 times taller and bigger than Rodan, yeah, this would work. In terms of Final Wars, no, it should be like that. Like that. I should have gotten a Bandai Rodan figure, the regular Bandai one, but oh well. I actually make him look good compared with him. Let's put out his one and only ally in the film, Mothra. I know this is not the Bandai 6-inch. I know this is not the Bandai 2004 Mothra. There is a Bandai 2004 Mothra out there, but I got this one 3 years ago first, so before this one was reissued. But yeah, there she is. In terms of actual size in the film, there's no shot where they're like side by side shot, but like in terms of a regular Godzilla vs. Mothra movie, this would work. So yeah. And there goes Mothra falling down. So let's pair him up with another opponent in the movie. If you're wondering what this is a random lobster plushie that I got at like a hotel game thing. I don't know. But like, this is a prize I won. And of course, you know Ebro by now. One of the opponents of Godzilla in the series. Originally supposed to be King Kong's opponent. So how about that? Makes sense because he's just a giant lobster. But given that Ebro's just a giant lobster, Like, you could just imagine this as Ebro. And as Ebro, I think it works very well. So you want to recreate the fight scene from Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, or recreate the scene where just Godzilla just, I don't know, whatever, blasts out Ebro with the atomic breath out of the water ridiculously, then I guess this can work. It works very good. Let's bring out with his second foe. That is the Showa Godzilla. The Showa, excuse me, Showa Mecha Godzilla. As you can see, this is not good sizing, because as you can see closely, he's just a little tiny bit taller. It should be like this. Should be like that. But if you have him in his battle position, it actually would be good sizing. Or if you have the Bandai Japan figure, it would be good sizing. But, you know, does not work. But it's okay if you have him in his battle position. My second to last figure, these two last figures for sizing up is just for fun. Here is the NECA Godzilla 1994. Now, people's always wanted to see a battle between these two, and you got it. And you got a good sizing for it. They're pretty much, this is really good, because they're both the same size. He's 100 meters, he's 100 meters. And they're pretty much both, you know, eye to eye, just like exactly how it should be if these two Godzillas fought. Only thing, he's just looking down a bit, so maybe like, yeah, maybe like that. So it still works. And plus, oh gosh, whatever, I might pick that up. Yeah, okay. So yeah, sorry I'm dropping everything here, but speaking of NECA and Godzilla 2019, I pretty much bought off eBay the version 2 Godzilla 2019, and he's gonna be amazing when I box him. But sadly, he hasn't came here the last 2 days. So he's supposed to come in on the September 23rd. You know, the day after tomorrow. But you never know. Sometimes he could come in early. At least that's my situations. So yeah, reason why I bought the version 2, because three reasons. Number 1, no derp eyes. And number 2, comes with its own accessories. Number 3, I really like the blue theme. Reason 4, the spines are more beautiful to look at. 5, I really like the blue detail. And number 6, for some reason he looks taller. I don't know. But here's the final comparison. That is King Kong 2005 Playmates. From Playmates. Goodness, I cannot talk today. What happened before? I was talking so fast, like 5 minutes ago. What happened? But I'm really getting out a lot of breath. That's why. But as you can see here, this is really good sizing, because in the original 1962 film, this is how it was. King Kong was like up to Godzilla's mouth. So yeah, in the original film, King Kong's 45 meters and Godzilla's 50 meters. If you want to look at it as a modern day movie where they're like scaled up the same, you know, Godzilla have him 100 meters and have him 95 meters, then this is really good. Also, I can't wait for my fan film project, Godzilla vs. King Kong. It's gonna be an epic battle. Here's the thing, I might make King Kong vs. Godzilla might be one of the best fan films in my fan film series, but you know. And who knows, maybe this guy might go well. Just might. 50-50 go well with my new version 2 Godzilla 2019 figure. If not, I'll just use the Bandai Japan figure. But, whatever. And plus, I got the Jack Specific 14-inch Godzilla And I got the 12-inch Bandai Creation Godzilla. And they work just good scale together. So yeah. But, you know, whatever works, whatever works. Sometimes you can win with figures, sometimes you can't win with figures. 50-50. But now the verdict is in. The verdict is in. Conclusion. He is an awesome figure. I really like him using in my fan films. I really like using him in my fan films, my toy battles, short films, and versus battle films, whatever you want to call them. And he goes great scale with a lot of my figures here. Just awesome, great scaling. Cannot wait for version 2 of the Godzilla 2019 NECA figure. Cannot wait to get him. This guy's a really awesome figure. I'm going to give him a solid 9 out of 10, you know, because, you know, I had to make his legs all weird, and his tail all weird, and plus the paint on the nails could have been better, but he's just awesome, you know, and plus, fun thing, this is my favorite Godzilla design. Yeah. So yeah, really cool. So yeah. This guy gets a solid 9 out of 10. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and the next review will be, speaking of NECA once again, the next review will be this guy. So yeah. Also, you know, I actually think he's a pretty solid figure. Yeah, in my opinion. So yeah, anyways, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like the content I do on my channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you like the video, well, like it. And I always say, so yeah, stay big G fans. In the word of Goji Fan 93, we will always stick to his lines, and we'll always remember him as the #1 Godzilla fan of all time. So yeah, and possibly the #1 Godzilla YouTuber, but as I always say, peace out.